Hi, I'm Sarah with FineLine, and today we are at the wardrobe project. This project was a lot of fun for me. Let's address the biggest thing here, the 60-inch range and a 60-inch black hood. We wanted to go with a traditional look, but kind of lighten it up, bring it up to modern days, but still keep it the traditional kind of American home. So in this case, we started off with a layout that our customer didn't really want to change initially. She had the range actually on that wall where the sink is now. So there was the fridge, the range, and then the sink was where the range is now under a different window. It was kind of those like half circle windows. So I did a design for her where I kept it how she wanted it, with like keeping everything in the same location, but just kind of updating the cabinets and the colors. And then because I knew that this would actually be the better layout, I did the layout which is what you guys see today, with flipping both the sink and the range. Doing so, I still wanted to bring in the natural light from here. So what we did was add 2 new windows instead of the big circular window that was there, right around the 60-inch hood. The hood goes all the way up into this vaulted kind of ceiling area there. And then we used a kind of like a soft white and contrasted it with the black hardware, black island, black hood. So I also wanted to talk about the backsplash. The backsplash was actually the hardest thing for us to find. The client had a kind of an idea book that she brought with her initially of what she wanted the kitchen to look like. I always try to keep that in what actually we select at the end of the project. If we don't, the client's never really happy. So her idea book or inspiration was to have a brick backsplash. We played around with actually having an actual brick backsplash with the reds, the dark reds and those tones, but I thought it was a bit too much for the space. So we found still this is a real brick split face backsplash, but it's playing with like grays, taupes, beiges, which I think again brings in her outside in. If you guys look behind me, she has a beautiful backyard with like beautiful nature, pool and all of that. So that was also what I wanted to bring into the space. So I also wanted to discuss this beautiful quartz countertop. If you guys can see the colors in here, it is actually the same colors in the backsplash, almost identical, which was really hard to find. We went through so many companies, so many variations to find this perfect combination. Also, we wanted to do for Christine 2 dishwashers. So if you guys see here, we actually have 2, so if she's hosting parties, she can actually have everything out of the way. She is actually one of the neatest people that I know, so I know that she doesn't like clutter anywhere. So having the 2 dishwashers, the huge sink here, the pull-out trash right next to it makes it a lot easier for entertaining and hosting, and for her and her family on a daily basis. Also with the 60-inch range, I know that my client and her husband like to cook, so the kids and her husband can all cook here. We have a 60-inch range, ginormous. It is definitely a professional series Wolf. And then we have the matching appliance here, the Sub-Zero. I think that's the best you can get for classic, good appliance that'll last you your lifetime. With the lighting in this kitchen, we actually used her existing lighting. She had 2 of these, and we chose to add just a 3rd one on the island and keep it the same. I thought there was no need really to change it. She really loved it, and so do I, so I think it worked. It has the black, the seated glass, it's kind of like, again, just minimal. What we did change here is the lighting over the breakfast nook. This is kind of, again, bringing in the same minimal feel, but still traditional. We also got these new stools here that have all 3 of the colors in the kitchen. So if you see, it has the wood, the black, and the taupey beigey color, which is, I think, a perfect accent with everything. I actually also wanted to show you guys the spice racks around the range. This is something I do almost in every kitchen. I include a spice rack on either end of the range here. So you guys can store your olive oils, your spices, everything that needs to be there for cooking right around the range. So you don't really need to be going into your corner cabinet or anything like that. Speaking of the corner cabinet, my other thing that I use in almost every kitchen is a Le Mans pullout. So this cabinet here has kind of a peanut-shaped pullout that pulls out all the way. It goes from here all the way to the back, and that way you're utilizing the entire corner. The alternative to that is a Lazy Susan or a corner cabinet, this again 36 on either end, which would have messed up my kind of like straight line here. So if you guys can see the layout of this kitchen, I have 2 spice racks, 2 drawer bases, everything symmetrical, symmetrical, which makes the focal point look much better. So that way, if I use this cabinet here, this line is also symmetrical. So you see you have 2 doors, even though these are dishwashers, not dishwashers on the other end, but still kind of the same look we're going for. So for this area behind me, I actually had another idea that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a banquet seating all the way around here to tie into, so this bar and banquet is kind of like one. There was another design that we played with. We opted out to not do it because what we actually ended up doing instead is converting this area completely, where we did add this bar here. We moved this wall back. This room was actually a laundry room before. We chose to actually move that upstairs into the bedroom area. We created kind of a closet space that fits 2 dishwasher, dryer, sink, and all of that. And then instead, in this area, we did a walk-in pantry, which I think everybody loves. So that kind of was the other idea, which I love just as much. Initially, though, I would have liked to change all these windows as well. But of course, there's budgets and there's priorities. So I think the priority here was moving the laundry room up and gaining that storage space for the walk-in pantry. Another thing my client wanted was some office space here that she could sit and work and be kind of out of the kitchen, but still in the area if the kids and everybody's here, which we did right under the stairs in this area. So you can see that we added kind of the same countertop, white cabinets, and kind of gave her that little nook under the staircase here, which is not kind of interfering with the kitchen, but still in the vicinity. Lastly, what I wanted to discuss with you guys is the flooring. So we ended up replacing the flooring in the entire house. We wanted a floor that could stand pets. The weather in Virginia, we all know how that gets in the winter. You have mud, slate, all of that. So you don't want to damage anything walking in. You don't want to not play with your dogs. You want it to be accommodating to your lifestyle, you not accommodating to it. So since this runs through the whole house, we wanted something to, again, since we have black and white, that's a harsh contrast. I think with the nice warm of the brown, it warms up everything and it just ties it all together. We can't show you the rest of the house yet, but for this area, you guys can see what the scheme is going to look like for the rest of the house. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and please watch the next one.